Iraq, as we found out, is a cradle of Christianity. I was shocked to find out, apart from Israel, more stories in the Bible happened in Iraq. And so a lot consider this the cradle of Christianity. In Iraq, the Christians still speak Aramaic and Chaldean. Aramaic is the language that Jesus spoke, so these are akin to him in so many ways. We visited the tomb of Nahum, the prophet. Of course, you know, Jonah was in the Nineveh plains, and there was a great revival as Jonah went to Iraq. So Iraq has a history of Bible stories and revival happening there, and then the people and the language of Jesus there. In Iraq, previously, around the time of Saddam Hussein, it is estimated that 2 million Christians lived in Iraq. Today, there are less than 200,000 Christians. And I think maybe that thought should just settle in. That's 10% are left. In a nation where Christians were accepted just a short period ago. They had their homes there, their villages there. They were practicing their religion. I think so many people in the Western world think, you know, they only picture Islam in these countries, but it's not true. These countries were full of Christians as well as other minority tribal groups. So what shocks me about Iraq is that in my lifetime, there's been a genocide against Christians. And I am just stunned that Christians in the Western world didn't rise up. That since 2014, there's been a genocide of Christianity from 2 million to 200,000 in the cradle of Christianity. And the truth is, we don't even know if the Christians will survive in the cradle of Christianity. I mean, it's really kind of a now or never scenario. They're either going to be there or they're not going to be there. My husband just had the privilege to travel to Saudi Arabia and United Arab Emirates. And the leaders in these countries, governmental as well as the royal families, recognize that Christianity brings a peaceful environment to their countries. So I think that as the world is watching what has happened in Iraq and the loss of its Christian community, that they're recognizing that this has had a deteriorating factor on society, on the community there. That with the absence of these people, it is now just more tribalism, more Sunni, Shiite, and so there's a struggle without these people groups. If you take away the Kurds, you take away the Yazidis, you take away the Christians, you just have more mounting violence and rivalry in these countries. So I think other countries are observing this. I think that the world, and sometimes in the past, they view persecuting Christians as a positive thing, and now they're recognizing, no, this Christian community is a peaceful community, a loving community. I mean, we love our neighbor as ourselves. Jesus tells us to turn the other cheeks, that Jesus, even in, forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. The community of Christians have these values of forgiveness, of love, of honor, of respect, and when you put them in the middle of all this clashing environments, these are people who are standing up for justice and for freedom and for love.